What's up, gamers? It's the Gamer Hole Boys back with Hark. And as well as AquaFPS, he's made his return. Today we're going to be talking about Susan quitting YouTube, and TwitchCon dates have been announced.
Yay!
And your trip.
Well, we already talked about that last time.
Oh, all right.
I spent like 45 minutes talking
we can talk about my trip.
He talked for like an hour and 20 minutes about his trip with a couple of things mixed in. Yeah.
There's a lot to cover.
There was a lot.
I have to listen to that. I missed it. I haven't listened yet. But
it was an amazing live stream.
Oh, you did it live?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. The VOD's up there on YouTube as well.
Yeah. Hey, gamer holers.
Hello.
Good to see ya. Long time no see. Sorry we haven't been around. Yeah. Oh, stop.
This is Hark. For people that don't know, we did a nice D&D campaign, and he was the voice behind everything, the genius behind everything, the brains behind the weird stuff.
It's me, Gobbo.
It's Gobbo.
You guys are in trouble. I'm coming for that ass.
It's
that's
Gobbo.
a voice I haven't heard in a long time.
Sometimes I break it out.
If people have not seen it, go watch it. Season 1 is wrapped up. So, but back to the podcast. Dekies trip's over. Aqua's healed, as we can see. Return to stream probably before this comes out.
Yeah, 3 more weeks till I'm like, really healed.
Mm-hmm.
So they say, and then like a couple more months till I can do like push-ups and go to the gym and stuff like that.
Back to the
Yeah,
right
get
now,
shredded.
Pretty good shape. Started to feel very, very good in the last week, which I'm very pleased about. For those who don't know, I just had open heart surgery. I wouldn't recommend it. I would give it a 3 out of 10. But it really wasn't, it wasn't as bad as well, the first couple of days were worse than I thought, but then it got better than I thought, faster than I thought, which is good.
I had a heart surgery scheduled for fun, and then Aqua he texted me from the
gave it
bed.
a bad review.
He was like, "It's not very good." I wouldn't do it, and I was like, "All right, I'll cancel my heart surgery real quick."
Yeah,
just for fun one.
I have a picture in my phone, the one I sent you.
Yeah,
where you can really see.
Yeah,
there I am with my.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I spent. I guess we'll just talk about this now. Yeah. So yeah, I had. I was born with a congenital heart defect, and it just, my parents were like, "We're just gonna let that sit. We're not gonna do anything about that when you're a kid." Open heart surgery has come a long way. I mean, it was the 80s, when I was a baby. I was born in 89. So, but yeah, technology has advanced, so they waited on it, They didn't know. Maybe they could have done it laparoscopically or whatever up in, in the future. Who knows? They couldn't do that. I did have open heart, which was a lot, but they fixed it. Everything's great. And I'm very thankful to have that over with. But yeah, so like I had this defect that would have caused me problems, as I got older, and I'm already getting kind of old. I mean, that's no secret. So my cardiologist was like, "You're getting kind of old now. I want to fix this before it gives you problems."
Cardiologist told you that?
I love when cardiologists tell you you're old.
Who was that guy? How old was that person?
He's older than me.
You should tell him to shut the hell up there.
You were like, "Hey, who's talking?"
Yeah, I'm kidding.
What was the scariest part for you? I mean, aside from like being there, like was the scariest part the thought of you laying there, like having someone like poke around in your chest?
No, I kind of like assumed they would know what they were doing.
Nice.
The worst part was the first night after the procedure, alone in the ICU with no cell phone, no nothing. After my drugs wore off, they brought in some guy who was just like screaming about something, just another patient. Really something
Nightmarish. Sounds like something out of a nightmare.
Yeah, it was upsetting. So I my drugs, my anesthesia wore off and stuff at like 3 a.m., 2 a.m. or something. And I was just up all night in there. And
were you like talking to the nurses and stuff, or
yeah, they bother you every like hour or
That
whatever.
that is the
check.
worst
Just
part of
making
any
sure that you're
hospital
alive,
overnight.
I guess.
Yeah, anytime you're overnight at a hospital, it's like just as you get comfortable, they're like, hello, I need to check your pulse and stuff, and you're like, oh fuck. But yeah.
Yeah. It was the ICU was not fun. It's standard procedure after you have open heart surgery to be in the ICU for like 1 to 3 days or something. So I didn't know how long I was going to be in there, but it was fun. I woke up with a Here, I'll start from the beginning. I'll just give you a quick.
It's 1989.
I'm glad that Aqua
My
hasn't
mom is
changed.
in the same hospital.
It's still
80
Aqua.
years ago.
Yeah, it's still Aqua. He's gonna make a story 10 times longer. Okay, go ahead, Aqua.
I could tell a joke after as well if you want.
By the time you had open fart surgery.
Yeah, open fart surgery. So, you go, I went in there morning of 6 a.m. in the stinking morning. And I go in, they give me a bunch of pills to take. They take my blood pressure, all this stuff, and then one of the anesthesiologists is just like, I'm gonna fix you a drink to like relax you before the big event, the big party. We're gonna have a pregame. And I was like, all right, I like the sound of that. And he's like, what do you like? And I was like, I like martinis. And he's like, all right, great. And he just put something in my IV, and then I felt like, whoa. I felt like, all right. All of a sudden, I like cared that I was about to go into surgery way less. So that was kind of interesting, although it was like less strong than just one martini. And I told him that. Also, his hat had Super Mario and like Bowser and stuff on it, which made me feel good. It made me feel like he knew what he was doing.
Yes.
No, this
Not
was
that old, Aqua.
No, this was not. This was not pediatric. But like I saw that he was a gamer. I saw his hat, and I was like, I'm in good hands. This guy's gonna give me the good drugs and make it so I, live. So that was good. And then I remember they brought me into the operating room, and there's like 5 people around me, like doing stuff to me. I don't know, just like, all right, you lay down here, do this, do that, go like this. And then like I was like, oh, okay, are we starting now? And then that's the last thing I remember.
Oh shit!
I guess so.
And then
they're
like,
like, shit,
into the
he's not supposed to
countdown
he's not supposed to be awake for this. And they like hit him on the head with a fucking hammer.
yeah, and then they hit me in the head with a hammer, and then so then the next thing I remember, like I was like, is this happening now? Are we starting? Sorry, excuse me. And then I woke up like a second later, like nothing happened. Like it was like time travel. It was bizarre.
No dreams or anything like that.
No dreams, nothing. Like just
Interesting.
nothingness. And apparently the deepest level of sedation you can have for an operation is for open heart. So yeah, there was nothing. It was just blank. And so then I woke up in the ICU, and I had a ventilator in my mouth, which is hard to breathe on, by the way. It's a machine to help you breathe. Way harder to breathe with one of those in. I remember that. And I kept pointing at it like, take this fucking thing out of my mouth right now. And it was like horrible. And then I had a tube going in through my jugular vein down into my heart.
Delicious.
I can spare you these details.
No, get into it, but my heart's hurting right now.
Dude. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
honestly,
God.
telling you guys
We should
about
put
it
like
is
we should
making
put
me
like a
nervous
not
to-
safe for
No,
work.
it's good
thing
to
on
talk
here.
about it.
Flash,
Yeah.
flash, flash.
It's good to
and then
talk
I
about.
had right here another tube going in that like coiled up. It's called, and you know what that's called? The technical term?
The
The
belly
coil
button
tube.
A chest tube.
Oh.
I want to call
Yeah.
it a belly button
And
tube.
Basically, sun-kissed comes out of there.
Delicious.
Kissed, just the fluids from
What organ makes that? The gout organ.
where your sun-kissed comes from. Enjoy that, everybody. Then I had, IVs and a bunch of other stuff. And my scar, this new scar of mine.
Badass. It's gonna be a badass scar.
Yeah. So I just like dozed in and out after that. They took the breathing tube out like right away, which was good.
Yeah.
And then, I just like dozed in and out till like 3 a.m. Woke up in the middle of the night. And that's when they like brought in like this guy who like something happened, you know, it was really upsetting. He's like, and they sedated him and, you know, treated him. Hopefully he's okay. I don't know. But I was just like laying in there by myself, no phone, no nothing. You know, my family, my wife left. They took like my phone with them because like, I don't know. I was very upset that I didn't have a phone for some reason. And so like 4 a.m. rolls around. Oh, and I'm in like serious pain. Like they were like trying to catch up on like my pain level with the pain management medicine at first. And I was just popping Oxycontin. Right? And then eventually they started giving me this other stuff called like something with a T, I don't know, that's like injected. And then I started to feel like better, but I was just like, you know, couldn't move on my back, like just in like agony. And then all of a sudden the nurse comes in. He does this thing where he like wrings out my chest tube. Sorry, what was your question?
Yeah, that's really what all was like with the pain you were experiencing? Because like I don't even know what kind of pain you're going to be feeling if you have our heart surgery.
Yeah, so I'll explain in a second. I'll get to that.
Okay.
Just from the incision itself.
Yeah.
I could show it if you want, but Josh, I want him.
I mean, you already showed the picture, so you don't have to technically.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I showed the picture.
It's the members only episode.
So, I don't know, just like everything hurt. Like your whole, it's like getting like, it's like a big hit to your system, you know, just like my shoulders still hurt, like my neck hurts, like everything still hurts. But, it's, you know, it's getting better. I don't take any pills or anything anymore, but anyway, like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., something like that rolls around. My nurse comes in and he does this thing where he like wrings out my chest tube for some reason. It's used to like drain fluid out of your chest following the procedure. And then when he does that, all of a sudden my heart starts beating all weird. And
yeah, what's a funny feeling to think about.
Yeah, and then I got like really bad pain in my left shoulder.
Ooh.
I was like, fuck, like that doesn't feel good.
Take
and I tell him like, look, that made me not feel good, you know.
Just
and
like
then he
that.
runs an EKG. He runs an EKG on me. And he's like, I'm sure you're fine, but I'm just gonna run an EKG. Which is like measures your heart activity or something. And he like prints it out, looks at it, and like doesn't say anything and just like walks out of the room.
Oh my god.
And then the doctor comes in and she's like, hey, and this pain is like excruciating.
I was about to ask about that.
Yeah. And she goes, hey, like based on this thing, you're either having something called like pericarditis, which is like inflammation around your heart. It's common for like younger. She didn't explain that. This wasn't explained to me until later, but it's common for that to happen for someone young like us because we have a very good immune system. So it was my own immune system like swelling around it. But that causes pain and sometimes like weird heart rhythm. So she was like, either have this thing called like pericarditis or you're having a heart attack. And I was like, well, that's great. At like 3 o'clock in the morning alone, no phone, can't tell anybody.
That's terrifying.
I don't think that's what's happening. It's probably the first thing, but you know, we're going to do a blood test. It's going to take a couple hours. And for those 2 hours, I'm just terrified. Like, absolutely terrified. Thankfully, it was the pericarditis. And for that, which I'm still on, I'm taking gout medicine, which is unfucking believable to me.
This is just an all
This
elaborate
somehow
ruse
entered
to
my
the
universe.
gout.
So a drug commonly used to treat gout is what I am now taking to treat this, which is fine. But yeah, it just causes like pain and discomfort in the area. But it's it's better now. It's being treated, and eventually morning comes around. My wife comes in. I had the nurse like call her for me to just let her know what was going on at like around 9 a.m., which was visiting hours. So she could come down because I was nervous and I didn't want to be alone. I didn't get the results of the blood test back until like 9 a.m. or something. So she got there around the same time when I found out it wasn't as serious as the doctor made it seem like it could have been. And a little while later, they're like, okay, we're going to take the tubes out of your chest and the tube out of your neck. And you're going to leave the ICU. And I was like, great. Got out of there in like really fast because sometimes people stay in there, for like 3 days. But, I'm a young guy and thankfully, and I guess I was doing well. So they just moved me to a normal room. And I had a roommate. And I had a catheter in my pee-pee too. So I had a catheter in.
So that pain was. Let's talk about that pain.
Yeah.
That's amazing about that pain.
That was honestly the least of it. I didn't care about that at all, except for when I like clenched. Then you could feel it.
So was it the one that goes like all the way up into your body, or just the one that goes like halfway? The one it's all.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Thanks, Hark.
Anytime.
Yeah. So they took the tube out of my neck, the tube out of my chest, and the tube out of my wayyyy. And they moved me to a normal room. And then they were like, you have to pee by 7 p.m. or we're putting that back in there. The pee tube. And I was like, holy shit, I'm peeing. There's no way I'm going to not pee. And
Nice.
I did not want to have that reinserted while awake,
Oh, so they didn't insert it while you were awake.
Yeah. No, while I was asleep, they did.
Yeah. They had to get
but
out
I didn't
the
want them to
telescope.
put it in while I was awake.
Yeah.
So,
Me neither.
so I get to my room, and I had a roommate at first, an older man.
Cool
It's
guy.
actually kind of funny. He was like on his 5th day there or something. He also had open heart surgery. Older, larger guy.
Did you get into sub to the gamer hole?
No, I didn't really talk to him much,
How about his,
but I should have.
Could have got a new viewer, but okay.
So I had to pee by 7 p.m. and it was on, baby. I was going to make sure that A, I could get up and get myself to the bathroom, and B, I could pee. But right as I'm, checking into my room or being wheeled into my room, my roommate, a little while later, just absolutely had the most fierce gastric event, bowel movement in the bathroom.
Oh, yikes.
And that bathroom was rendered pretty much unusable. And it made my objective of peeing before 7 p.m. all the more difficult and intimidating. But the nurse was, I had to be helped to the bathroom whenever I felt like maybe I could go. It was really hard to pee. And she brought me to the bathroom when I was sort of maybe ready. And she looked in there and she's like, you're not going in here. You can't go in here. It was really disgusting.
Wow, good for her, man.
Part of the treatment in there is they give you X-Lax or Miralax or something to make you, because you have to pee
Stool
and poo
stuff.
before they let you out of there. So this guy, he was on day 5, so that stuff was starting to work for him, and he was having a time. So, it was on. I tried to pee a couple times, couldn't do it. Couldn't pee. And then eventually at like 6:55, I got a little drop.
A little tinkle.
Yeah. And I peed.
Mm.
And I literally with like 5 minutes to spare, the sense of relief was vast, palpable. And after that, I just watched a lot of TV, Seinfeld, this show about like veterinarians at an animal preserve.
Mm.
And basically just took a lot of drugs and stared at the ceiling.
Should watch some Dr. Pol.
Oh, he was advertised on
Yeah,
there.
you
I
should watch
remember,
Dr.
like an
Pol.
older man. Yeah. I saw him.
Yeah.
But I actually think I watched his show once, but I don't remember a lot. I was on Oxycontin and amongst other things, quite a bit. So I was there from Thursday till Monday. And I got out of the hospital and then went home. And I've just been like laying around trying to get better ever since.
Dude, Thursday to Monday?
Yeah,
You said?
I got out of there in like the 99 or like 1% of people after that procedure get
gonna
out
say,
that quickly.
You had a
God,
which
you're
is
in so
open
good
to heart
shape.
surgery.
That's insane. So-
That's crazy.
So
Yeah.
what you're telling me, Aqua, is like you're actually extremely physically fit and good, and this heart thing was the only thing holding you back. And now that that's fixed, you can be like an athlete.
Damn,
Or-
he's gonna
or a
pop
super
off.
Could be
soldier.
eventually. Not yet, but yeah.
Yeah.
Start
I
swinging a
guess.
bat though.
I've got
Baseball pays the most. So if you're gonna be an athlete, go with baseball.
They
Is it
told
really?
me I was a healing freak.
Oh.
Did they call you a freak?
They say
Was
that?
that
I said that
the
they-
doctor scientific
Dude,
term?
can I get that in writing,
Yeah.
doctor, please?
This is freakish. I think. I believe the correct term is freak.
It was encouraging to hear. They were like, "You're doing amazing. We're gonna get you out of here like faster than like any
Yeah.
of us imagined." So that,
It was either
was
you were
great.
healing really, really well, or they just
or
really,
I was
really
so
hated you.
annoying.
Yeah,
It was probably a little bit of both, probably the latter. But yeah,
Dude, that's awesome. That's
first
so
couple
good that
days were
you're, like,
fucking
feeling good.
the worst,
Yeah.
like really bad, and terrifying.
What was? I don't remember.
But
I don't remember
what's
if it
that?
was your text to me or something, or your call later. No, I think it was the text, and I was like, "This guy's on so much drugs right now." Like something in it, I was just like, "He's on so much drugs."
I was a little
Yeah.
loopy, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, like it wasn't that bad. It was, like I said, it was worse initially than I thought, but it quickly became better than I thought. So
Yeah.
it was like,
You're a healing freak, dude.
I don't
That's
know.
just how it is.
Freak.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm trying, but
Freak of nature.
yeah, I sleeping on my back sucks. I still have to sleep on my back.
Oh yeah,
And,
I couldn't do that.
You get used to it.
I sleep like an absolute goblin. I'm like on my side, but then I like roll my shoulders sometimes, and then like my shoulders are almost touching.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I do something similar. Yeah, I'm a tosser. Yeah.
I roll around all the time.
mean,
'cause have
I
sleeping
used to
issues.
be.
You are you just laying there on your back till you get tired? That's what I would just do. Just till I'm so tired, just pass
Yeah.
out, sort of thing.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, now as of 2 days ago, I can technically go on my side,
Mhm.
but it's not very comfortable for
Yeah, I
me
can
yet.
imagine.
So I'm not really doing it. My shoulders are all fucked up.
Did
I'm pretty
break
sure they
your
like
bones or anything?
stretched me. Like they like stretch your arms so that your stuff opens up, and then that's how they like get in there.
Well, I think they.
I don't think you're in a medieval like torture chamber or anything
Wait.
like that.
they have those spreader things that they do like put into your chest to like hold your shit open. Did they have to break your bones at all? Did they tell
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you? Yeah,
yeah.
so
My
you're-
sternum was split in half.
yeah. That's
they
why
don't
you
stretch
feel like
his
they
arms
stretched you,
out.
dog. They literally broke part of you in half.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a walnut.
Mm.
Dude, it's crazy that you healed so fast from literally having your chest split open. That's badass.
Well, yeah. I mean, like there's like not a lot of nerves in that area or in that bone or something. Like they just cut your sternum like down the middle.
Oh, right. That's all. Got
It's
it.
like sticking
That's
out a little bit
That's
still.
it.
Like I have like a bump here now.
You medical freak.
Is it like in the center or is it off to the
In the
hard
center.
side?
It's
No,
right in the
center.
center.
Right in the center.
Yeah.
They go right in your sternum.
So I showed the picture earlier. It looks much better already. Here, I'll just give you a little.
Look
at that.
Oh,
Looks pretty
Nice.
good.
Oh,
Healing
dude.
well.
Yeah.
feeling freak.
And you know, it's been good. It's been 3 weeks actually today.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm feeling good. One thing is like I had this crazy loud heart murmur before the operation,
Mm-hmm.
and now it is so quiet in there. Like I can't even feel my heart. Like when I put my hand up there, like you can barely feel anything. It's amazing. It's so quiet. I'm shocked by that. I had no idea how quiet a normal person's heart was until now. My
That's
God.
interesting. What
But
did
yeah.
it sound like? What did your old the heart murmur sound like?
It was like so loud. It was like like that.
You like feel and that it like made that sort of reverb when you put your hand there.
Yeah. It was like super easy to feel, super loud. Sounded weird. Now it's quiet as a mouse. And you know, they were going to use like a patch in there because I had like a hole between my ventricles. So they were going to use like a patch in there to do it, but apparently they used my own meat.
Mm.
My own
Yeah, so
heart
where'd
meat.
they get your meat?
Yeah,
you
yeah,
probably
I don't know. There was just some extra meat in there. I don't know. Maybe they took it.
They just like
I
grabbed
think-
it. There's meat floating around in here for some reason. They grabbed it.
I
and
think they
plopped
took it from my penis. I'm
Sure.
gonna be
Oh,
honest
yeah.
because
Right, got it.
that thing isn't quite the same since the operation.
Sure.
No. Apparently there was like a flap of skin in there that was just there, so the surgeon was able to use that to close it. I don't know.
Damn, dude, it was not your time, my man. You still got stuff to do around, you know? Shit, it went as well as it could have. That's what it sounds
Yeah,
like.
it did. It went really
yeah.
well. I'm really thankful, and doctors are smart. They are
Mhm.
cool, and they will fix you up. So it's amazing.
Yo, do you mind
Yeah,
talking
I'm very
about
thankful to have that over with, and I'm glad to be back. I'm gonna slowly get back into streaming and stuff. I'm glad this is my first thing, debut back. I'm glad we're doing this first. If I jumped into a stream, that might have been kind of a lot.
A little bit more relaxed.
I got nervous just telling that story. I mean, it's kind of a lot to share, you know. I don't know, but
What
that
does
was the whole thing.
Well,
the
we've got
hospital bill look like?
My insurance covered it.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Wow. I know you live in the
think.
US, so that's probably what people are thinking about when they think about going to the hospital in the US.
Yeah.
Oh God, I just lost connection. Reconnected.
mine says, yeah, you look fine though.
This has been
Right.
a condition I've had my whole life, and like the insurance like knew,
I see. Right.
About
right.
this.
That's what you said.
so I guess I've been paying for this my whole
Oh,
life
yeah.
up until
Yeah,
now.
from
yeah.
the very
Essentially,
Absolutely.
yeah.
That's why
So-
your parents waited. Smart.
Yeah, probably. Gotta rack up that insurance cred. But yeah, so that's good at least. And it's like being a driver with like that hits a lot of stuff with their car.
What? How is it like
for the
that?
insurance.
He means the
Oh.
insurance.
Yeah. But are you like, because this had like you could be physically active. I mean, we raced. You could
Yeah.
do stuff, but you had always been somewhat careful not to overly exert yourself.
No, I actually had no limitations at all. It just would have become a problem
Okay.
when I got older. So they wanted to do it now because I would bounce back so well from the surgery because I'm, young.
Young, yeah.
B, it's early enough and I'm still young enough where my heart was enlarged before. And if you're younger after this, it'll shrink back down to normal size. And I had my follow-up appointment the other day and it's already shrunk back down, which is great. So
He did.
I
He did the
wasn't
reverse Grinch though.
There was a Grinch
Yeah.
joke in there
Yeah.
somewhere. I was gonna say, yeah,
I
it's good.
I'm Grinched up now.
His heart grew 2 inches that day.
Now he's gonna hate
actually,
Christmas. And
I'm gonna be like
Christmas.
really mean and nasty to everybody now because
my
my
heart
was so big before, as I was so friendly and kind. Now I'm just gonna be like everybody else, just miserable and curmudgeon-y, just awful to everybody. I'm not gonna say thank you when I get coffee and stuff.
That's the Grinch arc of Aqua.
There was a movie about with Denzel. His kid had something with a heart, and he holds up the hospital with a gun.
Oh, was that
really?
I don't think
I think the kid's heart was too big or was too small, and Denzel was going to get that shit fixed. I don't remember the details. It was like 2000. It was like 2000 movie. I don't know. Well, I'm looking it up.
That's exactly what happened. Denzel came into the hospital with me and
with a gun
went fucking AWOL or postal.
He went equalizer on him. Yeah.
He went equalizer.
He like pressed he clicked his watch and then he knows exactly how many seconds he's beating someone up. I don't fucking know.
He was the insurance agent. He made
this
sure
kid
he got that
needs
coverage.
to get back on Twitch.
Yeah.
John Q, a father and husband
Q.
whose son is diagnosed with an enlarged heart. Yeah.
I had that.
Decky knows.
Just small and puny like everybody else's. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Shit.
What's the first thing you ate after you got out of the hospital?
Out of the hospital?
Yeah,
the first
eat
thing I ate
food,
was
I guess.
apple juice and a fucking snack pack.
Oh, snack pack.
Was
Nice, chocolate pudding.
Very nice.
Did anyone try to trade you the
had a
rest
Cobb
of
salad.
their banana for the snack pack?
No. It is like being in prison in there, you know. There's like a lot of like negotiations, like
share a toilet with someone.
Oh, I got switched to my own room. I only spent like one day with my roommate, and then I had my own room, which was really nice. God, that made a huge difference. Also, the guy, like, you know, you're hooked up to like a monitor, like a heart monitor, blood pressure thing, and like the little thing on your finger. And if you like move wrong or whatever, it like beeps if it doesn't have a good connection. His thing would beep constantly. Like he just wouldn't give a shit about it. It was driving me fucking nuts. I was like laying there in so much pain, and he would not stop beeping on that fucking thing. Oh god. If I had to stay there the whole time, I would have been so upset.
What a bozo.
But yeah, that was pretty much it. And
very cool
not
story.
My favorite experience, but you know, if anyone out there, you know, you have to do something like that, you'll be all right. You'll get through it. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. And I'm fine today. So round of applause.
Yay!
All right.
That's very exciting.
It is.
Not good exciting necessarily, but also good exciting because quick recovery.
You're now
celebrating a success. I think it's good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's good. I'm glad it's done. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I got it over with. So it's all good.
There it is.
So anyway, how are you guys? What's up?
Dude,
it's all my news. I've been doing nothing.
I'm waiting. There's a ton of news that came out, and Decky called this.
Called
this gamer hole because of so many things going on.
I did.
He called the meeting of the brains.
I like blew the horn of the gamers.
Yeah, exactly. We heard.
And we all assembled inside the hole. Yeah.
I was feeling good this morning, so
like
I answered the call.
Aqua later was on, like, what the fuck have I done?
I'm good. I feel fine.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. Yeah, Hark, tell us about Dark and Darker.
Dark and Darker.
Playtest ended this morning.
Yeah, I missed the whole thing. Perfect timing.
No, it did. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, wow, what a great fucking playtest, man. I know you had some mixed feelings on it, but I thought it was perfect.
Can I get your opinions on what you think about them stealing from Nexon?
What is this? We got drama on this?
Oh, we have drama.
It's a joke.
No, it's a serious thing.
What's Nexon?
So Nexon is one of the biggest Korean publishers out there. Like publisher, like they're
wait. They
made MapleStory and all that.
What did they steal?
All right, let me reframe this. Okay, this is all hearsay. I set it up as like a serious thing, but it's kind of like one person published an article about how Dark and Darker stole the IP slash art slash stuff that Nexon was developing, because they were developing something like this, and it was called like Project P3 or some bullshit, prototype P3. Go watch One Peg. He does a much better job of explaining it, but One Peg did it. It's only one article. They didn't really show much for facts, but essentially the timeline kind of lines up and everything. And if you look at Nexon's like footage that they had at like a demo thing, it does look very, 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 very similar. And the dev demo was like 3 months before the founding of the Dark and Darker dev. And what it looks like from what the guy from this article claims is Nexon transitioned away from making that game, and instead they're now working on something that's more like Tarkov, like an FPS but extraction shooter. And the people that were developing that game for Nexon, the P3 project or whatever the fuck it's called, started leaking stuff to outside. They started giving away assets or, releasing assets in places that you're not supposed to. And I guess they were supposed to they got in trouble for it, but they didn't know who was taking it and stuff. And then Dark and Darker comes out that has very similar things. And yeah,
the reason I was so accusatory in my tone in the beginning was because I know a lot of the assets that they use in Dark and Darker are from the Unity store, I think. And
yeah.
so they're like free for anyone to purchase and use what they want. You have to like do the animations and stuff, but the assets themselves are essentially like you can just buy them, put them in your game.
Right.
That's how it should be. Because people are making them like almost a small living off making the assets, so that game developers can buy them, sort of like a marketplace and so forth. But if it's not that, then yeah,
it looks like it looks like it is. I mean, again, it just looks like someone might be making false claims. They didn't show any real evidence other than a few screenshots that make it look very, very similar. And the timeline does make sense, but other than that, there's no real proof. But this could
see them.
This could lead
Dark and Darker.
If Nexon actually sued them, for instance, then we have a problem because Dark and Darker would probably be delayed and they'd be fucked. Like Nexon's a huge company. They have the best. They'll be able to afford the best lawyers. Whereas an indie dev, Maple Story is the main game. Then they made a ton of gotcha games. But yeah,
Dark and Darker was great. I don't know. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I thought it was fun. The Goblin Cave was exciting and frustrating at the same time.
I'm sad to miss the goblins. I love goblins.
They're going to be there, Aqua.
They'll be there.
And
you're not missing anything.
10 or 5 on Twitch as well.
They were really good goblin models, though.
The goblins
are done really well. Yeah.
Those were good-looking goblins. And I know about goblins. Trust me.
You would have felt right at home in those dark.
I can't wait for
that was
Twitch
like
chat.
Solo only, That was cool.
It was really exciting. Yeah, and there was the troll boss in the bottom of the goblin caves, and then they nerfed wizards, and like barbarians were the tip of the meta. Fighters. There was one person there was this clip going around of this person that just had such good armor on that literally people were hitting him. There was a cleric just bashing him on the head with a mace, and he was doing literally no damage, like little tiny bits. He was just sitting there, and with VoIP, because they added the VoIP, he's just like talking to him. He's like, "You dash strike God, how dare!" It was great. It was amazing.
Yeah, the
hilarious.
VoIP. That game needed VoIP.
It's too bad no one uses VoIP for anything good most of the time.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me. That's so disappointing. Why not?
All the VoIP I got,
like, come on.
And what I was watching was really. Most of it was bad. Most of it was like racism or something, like just being an asshole. And like I don't know. Like the open lobby, of course, you're only there for like 5-10 seconds a lot of time. The like lobby. You get in there and then it's like 10 seconds later, but that lobby was always just like shrieking and crazy.
I never heard anything bad. I was surprised.
Me neither,
I heard that's all I heard. And when I was watching people, they also had it too, so I don't know.
I never heard like one N-word or anything. But do you know what I never heard? I never heard anybody fucking talk. Every time it was just silence, dude. There would be like maybe one other guy in a lobby that would speak. And I was so disturbed. I was like, what is wrong with you guys? For one thing, they started with, like voice act or proximity chat off.
Yeah.
So like people had to turn it on, but even after like day one, I was like, okay, day one, maybe the people don't realize. But like even like a couple of days into it, still nobody would talk. Every time I'd meet anybody in the game, I'd talk to them. They just sit there and they would hear me because they'd be like wiggle around and shit.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, oh, who's a good boy? And he'd
I
be
love
like,
that.
yeah,
I love
am,
when
I
they
am.
they respond with the wiggles and the
But why not
crouching.
speak?
So funny.
I'm so had it, dude. It's 2022. Don't act like you don't have a fucking
Wait,
mic.
on the,
I'm
on the
pissed.
same hand, why do they have to talk? It's 2023. Why do they have to speak if they don't want to? You know, I don't have.
They don't
to
have
say
to.
something.
It's
I don't- sometimes
gaming.
I don't like to talk when I see people.
The
in the
only
game. I
ones-
like the quiet
yeah.
interactions.
Oh, no, yeah, but it's like 97% of people I ran into. I was like, maybe just Australians don't, because I was doing this while I was in Australia. I was like, maybe just Australians don't want to talk. Maybe this is some weird
I feel like
cultural
I hear a
thing.
lot of
I was like, I'm going
Australians.
on the Korean servers. Same thing. Less speaking. I was like, Singapore servers. Same thing. I was like, what the? I was like, all right, Tokyo. Same thing. I was like, what the fuck is this? Nobody wants to speak, man. And I was like determined that people couldn't hear me, but then I'd ask them yes or no questions and they would nod their head yes or no. And I was like, why?
Decky, how many games in each one of these different realms did you play?
A lot.
Like 5, 6?
I don't know.
You
I
spent
played
like
for
a whole day just changing regions, trying to talk
I
to
probably
people.
spent about 4 hours in Korea, 4 hours Tokyo, 4 hours Singapore.
It's Carmen San Diego over here, man. What the hell?
I believe me, I don't get to normally play on those servers. I was taking full advantage of my location.
True. That's true.
But yeah, so I don't know. Heart clearly is deeply in love with Dark and Darker. I adored it the first playtest. I was beyond excited about how amazing it was, how awesome it was. Then the second playtest came, and I felt the same way. I was like, dude, this is great. This is great. But at the end of the second playtest, I remember I was kind of like, man, I've done this before, but it's still fun. And then the third playtest came, and I was kind of like, all right, yeah, this is fun. All right, yeah. And then this playtest came, and I tried to be excited about it, and then I was just kind of like, this game's still fun, but I don't really care. It already lost its hype, and it's not, they haven't even fucking released that shit.
Well, they moved up the release date. They're going to have to do it in April. It's a good call. If they can actually get it out, if Nexon doesn't sue them.
It needs more substance.
And like even in every playtest, which lasts like 5-7 days, you have people like gold out of their ass, meta as fuck.
No, yeah, I won't disagree.
Yeah,
They
that's a
definitely need
problem.
to tune that a bit. Like, obviously, if they released it in its current demoed state, it wouldn't last very long at all.
There should be like quests and then like progression locks behind quests. And
Hey, I
shit
mean,
like
they're
that.
gonna do the skill tree. They're gonna do a quest, and so like they do have stuff planned. But I'm not a Dark and Darker hater. I just have already lost my hype, and that disturbs me because I want to love the game. I want to be hyped as shit about its launch. But I very much worry about their play loop.
Well,
which I mean,
What
that's
could they
gaming
do
these
to
days.
restore your hype, Decky?
I'm not getting paid for it. I don't care.
Yeah, no,
Well, that's what I'm asking. What kind of thing would they, if they?
I'm not
could they
trying to fix
announce?
their problems. I'm not thinking this through.
Yeah.
I'm not getting paid on their team.
no,
I just know that it's not in a good spot now.
As I talked to Aqua and them about, they're just going to do the same thing that like a lot of games like it has done, and that is like Marauders, like Hunt Showdown. You have to build hype, play test, then you have to make your money on EA launch, and then it's going to die out in a month or two, right? The player base is going to go really low. It might not go as low as Marauders is right now. It might not go, it might stay a little bit higher, but still it's going to dip. And then it has about a year of funding because it went into early access where they can just keep developing the game. And then when 1.0 launches, it better be fucking good, like Hunt is kind of, where Hunt got better over time and then, now has a good player base. But EA launch is going to make them enough money that they can develop for a year without worrying.
I always just want to see the EA launch be able to last through. And it's true. I mean, that's what gaming is, man. No games have longevity nowadays. It's so rare. And like I said, I'm not hating on Dark and Darker particularly. It's like, it's everything.
No, it's true. So you're saying it, the style they're going for, you don't see it being one of those games that has longevity.
I'm hoping that they figure out a way. I'm hoping they figure out a really good gameplay loop. Like Marauders prestiging wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I mean,
comparing it to Marauders is accurate in that
they made their
Marauders fell
money.
short.
They've got a year to develop before they start worrying about money, and hopefully when 1.0 comes or whatever, it comes back with hype. Just like any game, like DayZ does it too. Tarkov does it. All these games that have been out forever, it's all about when the hype hits. Hopefully, it's a big update and hype goes back up.
That's true.
That's how gaming is now. There's not many
That's
games
true.
that like come out and then stay like even or level ever.
But speaking of games coming out at 1.0 after almost 7 years, Gloria Victis, baby, it's out.
Jesus
And it is the
Christ.
shittiest
Oh
game
my
I've ever
God.
played, but I'm actually kind of having fun after like 4 days of being miserable. Aqua even messaged me the other day. He's all like, that game looks kind of cool. Should I be interested in it? And I was like, fuck no, dude.
Yeah,
Save
no.
yourself the time. But now here I am, and I'm all like, God, I can't wait till tomorrow where I get to do some more sieges. And I'm like, oh, what's wrong with me? And everybody's like, Dekies, is it good? Is it not good? Because like nobody else is streaming that goddamn garbage. And I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know for one thing, I'm not going to be playing this in like a week, but still,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's good or not right now.
If you're excited to play it tomorrow, like legit, then it's good. You know,
Well,
It's not.
a good game and longevity are two different things.
Yeah, and that's what I keep telling people. And I mean, it was on sale for like $10. Now it's like $20. But
Oh,
yeah.
well, that's a factor. Like you got to factor in price. It's like price, longevity, or quality. It's like pick two. You know.
yeah. So yeah, I know. Like it's been weird just because like the tutorial for it. It's not a tutorial where you learn things. This is like a tutorial where they like just make you do the same fetch quest and kill 10 wolves and burn a tent, but in like different fashions. I did that shit for like fucking 5 hours, and you get level 50 from it.
It's fucking the game fucking changed development so many times that's why it's just so
Yeah, it was all over the
hodgepodge.
place.
Yeah.
But yeah, the start of it's really rough and boring, and I think that's what makes it really bad for a lot of people. But if you get through that, it actually has some really cool PvP stuff at the end.
I saw you fighting an elephant, and then 2 minutes later there was like a ghost. There was a ghost.
Yeah,
swimming.
that game mode was
I
weird. I was
didn't
not a
know
fan of that.
What that was.
The end game
That was
of
the
that
the high
game.
fantasy level. Yeah.
That end game of that game is like pretty well done. Bannerlord. Mountain Blade, Bannerlord, multiplayer. Like it's really kind of well done combat of that.
Does it have the directional attacking?
Yeah, and
blocking?
blocking. Yeah.
But
That's
a
the whole
third
appeal.
person- Oh,
Yeah.
really?
That's the whole appeal of the game is the fact that you can do sieges all together. Sort of.
And the servers actually work for the sieges,
Yeah.
which is the most amazing part.
Yeah.
How many
Uh,
players are playing on these servers?
It has different servers, but you can move in between them pretty seamlessly. Like you can like go to another server and you'll still have your same character and stuff, but it's different like map layout of like the castles that have been taken.
So like Atlas.
Atlas.
Yeah, I mean it's like New World, but you could switch servers on New World.
Oh, okay.
It has a lot of stuff in similar with New World as far as like the PvP stuff, except it's better.
Yeah.
Sorry, Amazon. But yeah, that's what I've been playing for a couple of days now, and it's very strange. It's a whole mixed bag of emotions for me. But I'm really just waiting for KSP.
I think you like it.
Kinda. But every time I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna play this tomorrow, and then I'm like, here I am playing it again.
There's
Well, I
not
mean,
much else out right now.
Sieges
honestly.
can be fun for a while, right? Like
yeah,
until
but
the sieges get
that's gotta
boring.
burn out relatively
Yeah.
soon too. But
Once the sieges get boring, there's no point in playing.
yeah, that's where it really drops off. So enough of that.
What's our next
Vegas,
topic?
baby.
We got tons of topics here.
Vegas, baby. That's right. The rumors were true. TwitchCon Vegas 2023, October 20th through 22nd. It's happening.
That's going to be a little too fun. I'm in. I
It
can't
is-
wait.
It is going to be so bad for like so many streamers out there that are like 18, 19 years old that or 21 that just barely got their first amount of money that they don't know how much money's worth, and they haven't paid their taxes yet, so and they're going to blow all their money at TwitchCon gambling in Vegas, and then
I
I'm
mean,
a 33-year-old man. I'm going to do the same thing.
I'm so excited because, like, forever there's been a big debate of like, even before they did European TwitchCon, people were like, dude, it needs to be on the East Coast so Europeans can get there and this or that. And then they did European TwitchCon last year, and so it was kind of like, all right, you have yours, we'll have ours. So I didn't think it was going to move from California because they had already been stubborn as fuck about that from the start. It wouldn't ever leave California. But I think it's like the greatest decision they could have made. I remember like when the rumor came out like a couple of weeks ago, people were like, oh, this is outrageous. I was like, what do you mean, dude? For one, Vegas is cheap for anybody to fly into.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's a
it's
huge
cheaper.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, yes. But as far as getting flights, Vegas is cheap as shit in general,
Yeah.
as far as flights go. So that a lot more accessibility to people on, fundage. In addition to that, it's fucking Vegas, which I think is really funny. Like Vegas is made for degenerates, but gaming degenerates, like it's gonna be disgusting.
It's gonna be
and also
interesting,
like
yeah.
so many like Twitch nerds, people like Hark there, dude. It's
I'm not
it's
going.
gonna be
Definitely not.
I'm going. I can't wait. I
Oh,
love
fuck,
Vegas. I
dude.
love Las Vegas. I love attractions. I love gambling. I like cheesy bullshit. I love it. I'm
Sure.
in. I'm gonna go hang out with Rick Harrison and eat a steak. Let's fucking go.
I think it's gonna be like the most badass mixture of shit. It's gonna be awesome, but I think it is gonna be overwhelming for a lot of Twitch nerds.
Oh yeah. People are gonna get into some trouble.
Exactly,
I'll be
dude.
looking
It's gonna
forward to
be a
some
mess.
videos, yeah, some
It's
funny
gonna be a
clips and
mess.
shit.
Some of the stories that come out of that
It's a
shit
mess,
afterwards.
even in San Diego.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Being
put
in
that in
Vegas,
fucking Las
holy
Vegas.
shit. God, it'll be great. I'm excited.
Yeah. So the problem is with me is I don't know if I'm going to be in the U.S. because like the last of the European trips when we're doing like Central Europe, like Germany, France, Spain, all of everything Central Europe is supposed to be September, October, and I'm guessing it's going to be because we're doing like 5 week trips, so I'm guessing it's going to be all of September, 1 week or a week and a half, 2 weeks of October.
So you might have time.
Like we haven't gone over the dates on that because it's too far out. We barely got dates ready for the first one. But I'm just hoping because like, dude, I want to get on some Vegas action too. So I'm hoping that it's all of September, only first part of October. Plus, we don't want to be climbing Central Europe late in October because there's going to be a lot more snow and ice.
Yeah.
Can we see you guys like recording your mountain climbing adventures or doing anything like that? Or are you guys just doing it to have done it in your lives? Like I'm hoping it's the
what's public?
former.
I don't know what's public.
No, there's a channel made.
Okay,
Nice.
it is public. Okay.
You don't have to, I don't want to spoil anything, but you just say, yeah, there's something to look forward to.
There's a
That's
channel
fine.
made.
Nice.
I think the name's out there. I'm not.
I don't remember.
When you're there on the, is one of you filming? Is there a dedicated cameraman?
There. So
No. Every fucking trip, there's like fucking 400 hours of filming for like a 10-hour hike.
Yeah.
So someone's there filming for you, or is it one of you guys?
No. We're all filming it on like
Oh,
two different
nice.
cameras each. Yeah.
That's exciting.
You did you Hark? Did you see the marathon?
No.
Oh, okay. So when
Is
he
it
ran the
visible
marathon,
somewhere? Can I? Oh, he's
It's on-
live,
That's great,
right?
by
It
the
was
way. I'm
live.
so proud
I think
of
I
all
caught
of
some
you.
of it live. I think I caught some of it live.
so they I mean it's a pretty decent setup of all the stuff, and
I should look.
like even when they were running and they have that like what is it called? What's that fucking thing called? That
Gimbal.
Gimbal. The gimbal was great.
Well, no, that was like we were supposed to be using a streaming backpack, but we had 1.5 million issues with the streaming backpack. Couldn't get it to work in Indonesia. We thought it was because Indonesia blocks everything because like you can't even watch porn in Indonesia.
What?
And then
Did you
and
find
then we
out
got
the hard
back. We
way?
were like, oh shit, maybe it's not because it wasn't working in Australia either. Even though they had tested it right before we went to Indonesia, it was working in Australia. So this is like one thing after another with this like brand new IRL backpack we had.
Yeah.
And they were like legit like, all right, fuck it, we're just gonna run the marathon. We're not gonna live stream it. And I was like, whoa, fuck that, dude. I was like, we've been telling people we're gonna live stream this shit for a long time. So like me and Jared, I was like, we gotta fucking try and make this happen.
Yeah.
So we did a bunch of testing, a bunch of other bullshit with phones, gimbals, all this other stuff to make sure it'd work. So yeah, it's just a phone on the little like DJI Osmo gimbal.
It looks pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Gimbal's
the
impressive,
gimbal definitely
yeah.
worked, but we should have a better setup ideally for the mountains.
That'll
Exciting.
be cool. I'm
But yeah,
excited. to see.
that stuff like we'll stream a lot of that stuff on Pest channel, and then we'll have videos going up on the new YouTube channel. So it'll be a mixture of both.
Very exciting.
Very cool. And talking
Very
about
nice.
YouTube,
Well, I was going to say, talking about traveling, you guys probably are going to be doing a lot of, mountain climbing. And, when you're away from your mountain, when you're in the mountain a lot, you get a lot of overgrowing happening. Your hair grows a lot. Decky can share some insight into that because he's
Because I'm so clean shaven from the
Right
last
now.
time we came
Yes,
in.
exactly.
Thanks to
And what did you
Manscaped.
use? Yeah. there you
Today's
go.
sponsor, because do you know what? You're thinking, but Decky, Manscaped's only there to clean your balls. Maybe you're a freak that uses it on your face, but not anymore, because now, calling all gamers, Manscaped now sells beard products. That's right. They have once again revolutionized men's grooming with the brand new Beard Hedger Pro Kit. Let's be real, fellas. How many of you are AFK on your facial grooming? From a beard trim to a fresh shave, the technology behind the Beard Hedge Pro Kit allows you to shape your signature beard so you can look your best IRL and on stream. Join over 7 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com and using code GAMERHOLE. That's GAMERHOLE, all one word, to get 20% off and free shipping. It's time to go from NPC to look at me. Code GAMERHOLE, guys. 20% off, free shipping.
I'm gonna shave my butthole tonight.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm pumped about the hedge trimmer, like the face trimmer,
Mhm.
the Beard Hedger Pro Kit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped. Like, I want it.
I use the ball one on my face.
That's what I'm
the
saying,
whole
dude. Me
time.
too.
I love that shit.
Not anymore though, right?
I use it everywhere. But yeah, I'm
so
gonna
yeah.
use the new one in the proper place as well.
Nice.
Thanks,
And,
Manscaped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of YouTube, Susan,
She's gone, dude. She's done.
My favorite Susan.
what happened?
Okay, so the actual article is that she's taking time to spend on her health and things that she wants to pursue with a more of a passion. She's still going to work for Alphabet / Google, but it's going to be at a different position, more like a consultant / helper of all areas.
Really?
Not-
I thought she totally hung up her hat.
No, that's what I read in the article.
How are you the CEO of
How long
YouTube?
was she?
She's
A
the
long time.
So she's she's the CEO of YouTube, and was there for 9 years.
That's a long time as
7
far as like
years?
tech industry goes.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, she's been
But,
with Google for longer than that, but she's been CEO for.
I just would have thought, what is she like? I don't know, 55 or something. I just would have thought, like, at that point, I mean, she's got her money made. I thought she would hang it up and be like, I'm going to hang on my kids. I didn't know she's doing like consulting and still like actually somewhat
Consulting
staying in the
can
business.
be. There's a wide range
Yeah,
of how
exactly.
active you are there.
That's
Like,
true.
Yeah, she could be pretty much done. But yeah, good for her. Whatever,
Yep.
That was my thing. Is like I had never even thought of Susan really. I never did a lot of thinking about that, especially because I don't do any YouTube. But nobody ever seemed like they hated Susan, but nobody seemed like they were a big fan. She seemed like she got by, which is pretty hard to do on the internet. I feel like
she had a short time where people were kind of like memeing on her, hating on her for a couple of things, but eventually, I think, especially the later half, it generally was a positive consensus with Susan. Like, she actually talked to people, listened, like talked to different, she actually took interviews with some people, including, some of the people that moved over. Mainly Ludwig is what I'm thinking of, but some of the people that moved over there. So,
she was on his podcast.
yeah,
That's what I was trying to think about. Where I've like,
and she's
seen her or heard
54.
her before.
She's been with Alphabet / Google for 25 years, but I think in 2014 she became CEO of actually of the YouTube itself.
So she's stepping down. Who's taking over? Don't tell me it's Elon
Well, they haven't announced
moving
it.
into another.
no, they did. They did announce it.
They
Yeah,
announced who it was. Who is it?
I don't remember. I don't want to go into the description, but
It's someone
I
from her
saw-
team, right? It's like something.
it's some dude. I mean, I don't know. I saw a picture of him.
Mm.
But yeah, I was hoping you would know, Kings. But yeah, no, they announced a successor, some other guy. And I didn't know if anybody had any opinion on him. I'd never heard of the dude.
Maybe they're assigning an AI to run YouTube. They'd probably do a better job.
I
but
think
yeah,
every tech company should be run by AI.
big news.
Soon.
Maybe new guy is
Much
like
more tech
super
than
stream
that.
centric, and YouTube can take over
Yeah,
No,
because that would be awesome.
We'll
Because
see.
YouTube also, they just lost their live stream guy like a couple of months ago. The
They
guy
have
that
to-
like Kings liked and everything.
Actually, two different CEOs or whatever of YouTube gaming specifically. Both of them left for different projects. One of them, which is Ryan Fwiz or whatever the fuck his name is, Fitzgerald. Anyways, he left because he's now the CEO of Polygon, like the crypto thing.
Mhm.
And the other guy left for some other marketing thing. Both of them like left on good terms, I think, and started really good projects or heads of really good projects.
We'll see how it goes.
Neil
Hopefully-
Mohan.
Yeah, I looked him up.
Hopefully he doesn't make YouTube streaming too good and it doesn't become like the top dog because I want to be poached first.
Well, I
feel like-
was
I want
reading
that sweet.
They need to have some
Coaching
big
deal.
changes on YouTube for it to
Dude,
actually compete with Twitch.
I was reading some stuff and then also talking to people inside the industry how they now value live viewers on YouTube more than live viewers on Twitch because Twitch is using like embed and shit to up their
I
numbers.
saw there's a bunch of drama about their front page. Yeah.
Their front page is like absolutely botted to
Oh.
shit. And so it's like making it look like there's 30,000 people watching when it isn't. So now advertisers are like, okay, well, we trust YouTube more. I mean, YouTube's not much better, but still.
Well, YouTube's just going to do
Twitch
that.
itself did the botting.
Well, Twitch
Well, it's like,
does
so when
because
you
it
click on the
embeds it.
home page, it
Yeah.
counts your being on the home page as one viewer for
Yeah.
like every
I
single
see. Yeah.
fucking stream on there, pretty
There's
much.
four main front pages, and I think each one of them gets a view, even though there's
didn't
only
realize
one
it was-
viewer and you're not watching it. Some
They
bullshit
were
like
hyping
that.
up like
Who the
that.
fuck
No,
just sits on the front page?
nobody. That's the weird
But
part.
I
is
mean-
that they're literally counting the split second you spend on
Yeah.
that front page as a view, and that's why it's fucked up because you're not really a viewer, and it's different than like streamers embedding themselves on a website that gets a lot of traffic and then getting a few hundred viewers just to their specific channel that way.
And you could still do that. You can
Yeah,
put
yeah.
yourself in a 1x1 corner in like
Pixel.
a pixel.
Texture
image.
does that, right?
Yeah,
what they're
there's a
called?
bunch of them that do that, and they put it on like a website or like their homepage that gets a lot of views, anyways. And
That's
then
what the Steam. If you're ever looking at the Steam store and you see like a stream with like 3,000 people, it's just that many people are looking at the Steam store page right now. It's not they're not actually watching the stream.
yeah,
Steam does the same thing.
so marketing people are just like
So what I'm going to say is
hating on
YouTube is just going to
everything.
do that anyways. The
YouTube probably will too.
They
Like,
already
it's
do
just
it.
not
You ever-
meta right now.
Do you ever
Yeah.
hover over? Do you have autoplay on the front page of YouTube? You hover your mouse over and it starts to autoplay. That counts as a view for that.
Right,
video,
but I'm talking about the
Wait, really?
live stream
Sometimes.
specifically.
depending on
That's
the
a
length
view?
and how long you hover for. Yeah.
I find myself doing that quite a bit now.
Yeah,
you can
you don't have to watch
full
ads
videos
like
doing
that.
that.
I know.
I know.
It's nice, especially
It's-
on mobile.
If they have the captions, it's great.
It is, yes. But you don't. But do you
Yeah.
watch shorts on YouTube though?
I didn't
I-
used to. I do now. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'll click
Yeah,
on 'em.
shorts, dude. Like
I can't.
for the
get
longest
into
time, I
it.
was like, why would I, dude? TikTok's got this, and I don't even fuck with TikTok. But the short thing, actually, like, it's working. I find
Yeah.
myself in a fucking hole on there every now and then. I'm like, what the fuck?
Do you
is
watch
this?
it on your
God damn it.
phone?
I don't do it on my phone. I do it on the computer.
See, if you did it on your phone, it's made for phone for the shelf. Your shelf
Yeah.
thing. That's crazy. Like
Yeah,
But I've been surprised about them pushing the shorts because I've been like, holy shit, it's working. Because at first, like, I'm just like,
I think
they're
they're
not
really
gonna be able to
starting to
compete.
catch on
Yeah.
YouTube. Yeah.
they'd have to really just like change the front page though to make it more like Twitch if they wanted to focus on live streaming. It is just a website you go to watch videos on. Like live
Well,
streaming.
that's
is
the
as an
thing.
afterthought.
it is
Still.
3 separate things now, but no one goes to the 3 separate things. Like
What's
if
the
you go to
third thing?
any
Music?
channel, like if you go to whatever, you go to a channel and then there's like these little tabs. You got the home page of the channel, then you've got videos, which are normal videos, then you've got a
Right.
shorts tab, then you've
Right.
got then there's usually a
Playlists,
live tab,
community,
you know,
about- right.
there's supposed to be a live tab, or you can go to
Yeah, it's
What is
hidden,
it?
dude. It's like the fact
what I
you've already
mean. They need to
yeah,
do-
exactly.
they need to
put
do a
that
better job
somewhere
of how
more
they do
apparent.
it, but they did separate it. So now you can go to like YouTube, whatever, and then
Live.
/live, and it's supposed to be
Oh.
their live stream.
Oh,
Where are all
really?
these
So you
tabs?
could go to YouTube.com/live maybe.
No, you go to youtube.com/channel name/live. I think is what it is, or something like that.
See, they need to have like a YouTube
It was
live
explained
website.
to me. It was
that I could-
explained to me. Well, there it is. It's called YouTube Gaming or YouTube Doc.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We don't even know. I don't even know
Yeah.
where to go to watch the streams that are here. One day, I have.
But yeah,
maybe.
that's the problem. Is it had to be explained to me how it's going, like how it all works, and I was like, okay. But yeah, it's called
not super intuitive.
youtube.com/gaming/live. That is where your homepage of all the live streams are.
For gaming only.
I've never
For
been
gaming
to that.
only.
Yeah. See, there you go.
But no one knows that. But yeah, it's a weird, because essentially what they did was they subsectioned all the different things into gaming category, and then if you do /live of that,
Why
you
isn't
get
there
the
just
live.
like a fucking button that says like live and you just click
Exactly,
that?
dude. Exactly right.
Well,
What do you mean there is?
Neil, man, my new dude Neil, he's gonna make that. He's
Yeah,
gonna,
maybe
he's
And
gonna
it
blow it
shows
up.
all the
You looked
live
Neil's
it up?
gonna
channel.
blow it up.
Like,
I got
that
a
would
lot of
really
faith in
help.
Neil.
You and Neil first name basis already, huh?
Neil's
They
about to
have
buy
that
me
on,
out.
it's under the video. It just says live in red.
Hmm.
But because you don't watch, the thing is that your homepage, because you don't watch live content, they won't suggest live content to you. You have to like go and find it, and there's
It
no
should
like.
just be a separate section. Like it's that easy.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what
come
we've
on.
talked about before. It should have just been. They should just
I agree.
like Facebook Gaming when they like got the rights or took the
Yeah.
streamers of whatever. They should have just like made a new like kept Mixer or whatever, not fucking try to integrate it into Facebook.
You know, like
Embedded
that's
viewers,
fine
man.
if you are
Yeah.
a live viewer or whatever, they can suggest it to you. Fine, sure, on the front page, but like they just need a separate section that lists all your live followed channels to the side, just like Twitch, and it would be perfectly usable and accessible, and everybody would love it.
They
But do
have
we
that.
want it to be
work.
like Twitch?
Huh?
I mean, we don't want it to be like Twitch.
Hold
Well,
on,
I mean, like if it just showed like everyone who's live at that time on the side.
hold on. Let me. They have that already, kind of,
Some sort of
because your
recommended or
subscription page
suggested.
has that. Yeah.
The little live thing,
Yeah.
I know, but it's like it needs to be in a different spot. Also,
It is interesting that they focus on what your algorithm wants to feed you instead of what they think the algorithm wants to feed you. That because Kings is saying if you do look for a lot of live video, it'll start to recommend you
Yeah.
live video. But if you don't ever
Yeah.
go looking for it, it won't ever recommend it.
Correct. yeah.
I do respect that about the YouTube algorithm. That's what I don't like about TikTok. That shit just force feeds you whatever is trending.
or Instagram is the fucking worst. I don't even see anything I follow on there anymore.
But yeah,
It's
I'm
all
gonna.
just like bullshit. I don't know.
Oh fuck! How do I? Here, I'll put it in there.
One day, Instagram asked me to verify my age by uploading my ID, and I tried to make it so that I was like 400 years old or something. And I clicked it so many times that it locked my account and said I wasn't able to log in unless I uploaded my ID. So I ended up just having them delete my entire Instagram account.
But yeah, that's how it looks, Decky. The live ones will always be at the top, and it'll have a little live symbol. That's the only way to fucking tell if your subscriptions are live. And then blue dot means there's a new video they haven't watched yet.
Well,
He's too busy looking
maybe
at
Neil can
Gloria
fix it. I
Victis.
hope.
If Neil can make it, like a lot of people that have problems with the YouTube live thing, it's all about like the UI and how it's presented forward to people.
It's
If they
like
can just-
everything crammed into one UI that's made for just video.
If they can fix that shit, they would have a better program than or a better platform than Twitch.
But only after they poach Aqua.
But after they poach people, yeah.
Right. I want to
After
be
they
poached
offer
first.
after they offer us billions of dollars
want
for
a
all of
sweet
Creators Club people.
$1 billion
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah, these ideas we're trademarking these ideas. Okay, YouTube, you can't use them and implement them now. They're trademarked,
Yeah.
so there, get owned.
Poach me first and then do all this
You know,
bullshit to make it a good experience.
Susan refused to answer when I called her. Maybe this other guy will actually answer.
Let's get Neil on the gamer hole.
Yeah, Neil, can you come on the gamer hole? Susan did an interview with Ludwig. Why won't you come on the gamer
Yeah,
hole?
you're the new guy. You can't just go straight to Ludwig's podcast. You got to go through us first.
Yeah, be more original. Come on.
Jesus.
You got to pay your dues. You got to show up on the hole. Get in the hole.
Get in the hole now.
Well, anyways,
I only have one more thing. If we really want to go over it, Tarkov's new anti-cheat, baby.
nah, let's skip that.
The alien thing. Let's go over the alien thing instead.
Oh my God, yes. No, let's
The
talk
alien?
about fucking spy balloons, Tic Tacs, and goddamn chemical disasters. I'm so in. Baby, I am fucking hyped as shit on this.
Are we about to have like an alien invasion?
There
Because
has
like
been-
right
okay,
after
no,
There have been
COVID,
like
it's like
four
a
already
lot.
had.
in the last 5 days.
I think we've already had the alien invasion, and they need the toxic chemicals in the air. That's why they're derailing all of our trains in order to put more toxic chemicals in the air because they can't breathe the amount of oxygen we have in our air.
What if?
That's deep.
What if
Yeah.
all these environmental things are happening because the aliens are like teleporting all their ships right outside of space, and it's
yeah.
like causing like force the
The
earth is
slowdown.
shaking.
Yeah.
And that's what's like the train derailment, the earthquakes are happening,
Maybe.
or it's just nothing.
That's about all I wanted to
Absolutely
talk about it.
bullshit,
I
yeah.
am all in on conspiracy theories for all this shit, though. There's been so much bullshit going down. I'm just like, yes.
There has been, yeah. Right after that first balloon was about it, every day there was like 10 new articles about new ideas, people taking the most obscure quotes from different politicians that were talking about it.
Mhm.
Oh, it was such a great
You know,
wormhole to follow. It's died down.
It's very
now.
interesting and probably the most interesting news in quite some time, in my opinion.
It is.
But I wouldn't mind just a little bit of normal time, you know.
No.
This is the new normal. This
We've
is the
had too much normal
dude.
time.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the invasion to begin.
Yeah.
Like, for one, it's all just a bunch of goddamn fucking government psyops, and there's no fucking Tic Tacs. We're not even shooting shit down over that. They're all just doing that shit to cover up all these other bullshit. It's all, but
Probably,
it just keeps going out there, man. But I want
You
the
don't
aliens
think
to
it's
come.
aliens?
I want them to destroy Earth. I'm waiting for it to goddamn happen, baby.
More on the members only episode. See you guys. Bye.
Descending.
What's up, gamers? Thank you so much for watching this week's episode. We put a lot of work into these. If you liked it, consider becoming a member just by clicking the join button down below this video. Becoming a member will get you access to exclusive members-only benefits like a monthly live stream, as well as an extra hour-long episode every week on top of the main episode. Thank you again for watching. Appreciate you. And as always, we will see you next week.